Does your car crank but fails to start? There could be many potential causes for this issue. I'll try to break it down in the easiest way possible, so hopefully, after watching this video, you'll be able to diagnose what's causing a crank no start condition. Let's start with the basics. For the engine to start, it needs the correct amount of air, the correct amount of fuel, and spark. It also needs the correct timing. To be more specific, mechanical timing and electrical timing. When it comes to mechanical timing, the timing chain needs to be synchronized with the camshafts and the crankshaft. This helps the valves and the pistons to move at the correct time during the 4-stroke cycle. When it comes to electrical timing, there needs to be fuel and spark commanded at the correct time. This is controlled by the engine control module through an algorithm. It uses sensors to help achieve this. With all this in mind, anything disrupting air, fuel, spark, or timing could cause a crank no start. So let's get straight into the video. The first and easiest way to help you determine what's causing a crank no start is to scan your vehicle for trouble codes. This will give you a good starting point to figure out what's wrong with your vehicle. If your car is made after 1996, you can use an OBD2 scanner. I'll leave one in the description below. When it comes to the fuel system, you want to start by measuring the pressure on the fuel rail. You can measure it by using a fuel pressure gauge, or in some vehicles, you can use an OBD2 scanner if the car has a fuel rail pressure sensor. You want to make sure the fuel pressure is within spec according to your repair manual. If everything looks good, you can conclude the fuel system is not part of the problem. On the other hand, if you have low fuel pressure, it could be caused by a weak fuel pump or a clogged fuel filter. Another instance could be no pressure at all. Here's a list starting from the least challenging to the most challenging components to identify and diagnose. It's important to note that the ECM can disable fuel if it notices a crucial problem with the engine. So make sure to read the codes and fix those problems before concluding the fuel system is at fault. Now, let's talk about the air system. A quick tip is to press down on the gas pedal and crank the engine at the same time. If your car turns on, then you can have one of the 3 problems that I'm about to discuss. The first issue with the air system could be a clogged idle air control valve. Its purpose is to allow the air to enter the engine when the car is stationary. If it gets extremely clogged or is stuck closed, it can restrict the airflow, which disrupts the air-fuel ratio required for the engine to start. The next potential cause is a dirty throttle plate. If the throttle plate gets extremely dirty, it can get stuck closed. When this happens, it will prevent the right amount of air to come into the engine. This disrupts the air-fuel mixture and causes a no start. You can clean the throttle body with a carburetor cleaner and a toothbrush. I'll leave the cleaner in the description below. The third potential cause could be a large vacuum leak. Now, the impact of a vacuum leak depends on its size. With a small vacuum leak, you may still be able to start the car, but it will likely result in a rough idle. However, if the vacuum leak is more significant, it's possible that the vehicle won't turn on. This is not as common though. Let's move on to the ignition system now. The first step of diagnosing the ignition system is by performing a spark test with this tool right here. You can check it out in the description below. You want to make sure you do this test on each cylinder to rule out the ignition system. Once everything's connected, you need to crank the car to perform the test. If you get spark in all of your cylinders, then you can rule out the ignition system as a cause for the no start. Now, if you guys don't get spark in all cylinders, you could have bad spark plugs or ignition coils. However, that's very rare since chances of all spark plugs and ignition coils to go out at the same time are very low. The next step is for you to figure out what type of ignition system your car has. For example, the coil-on plug system, which is most commonly used today, a waste spark system, or a distributor system. I'll go through every system and list some potential causes for you guys. To find out what type of ignition system your car has, you can check the ALLDATA manual. For example, here it shows that my vehicle has a coil-on plug system. ALLDATA is really great because they have over 30,000 vehicle repair manuals starting from 1982 all the way up to 2023 based on a specific year, make, model, and engine. You'll gain access to trouble codes, service tables, TSBs, electrical diagrams, specifications, maintenance, and much more. So check out the link in the description below. Thanks to ALLDATA for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back to the video. Here's the coil-on plug system with potential failing components that could result in no spark in all cylinders. And here's a waste spark system. And lastly, here's a picture of the distributor system with all the potential components that may cause a crank no start. Now, if you have a coil-on plug or waste spark system, it's important to consider that a faulty crankshaft position sensor could cause the ECM to purposely not command spark to protect your engine. So make sure to fix sensor problems before making your conclusion. Let's move on to the next potential cause, timing. As stated before, there's mechanical timing and electrical timing. When it comes to mechanical timing, I'm referring to the timing chain or timing belt. If it breaks, the camshafts won't rotate and as a result, the valves won't open. The only component that will continue rotating is the crankshaft, which typically leads to faster cranking, resulting in a no start. As for electrical timing, I mean ignition timing. This is the timing for the spark to occur during the 4-stroke cycle. Now you may ask, how does the engine know when to command spark? Well, this depends on the type of ignition system you have. Most waste spark and coil-on plug systems use crankshaft and camshaft sensors to help achieve this. If you have a distributor, it uses a magnetic sensor that's housed inside, typically called a pickup coil. If any of these sensors malfunction, then the spark timing could be off, leading to a no start. In some situations, the ECM purposely cuts power to the ignition coils until the problem's fixed. The next possible cause for a crank no start is an extreme loss of compression. This could be caused by a warped cylinder head, a blown head gasket, or a broken timing chain. To determine if there's a lack of compression, you can perform a compression test. I'll leave the tester in the description below. Another important aspect to consider is engine sensors. If any of these sensors are malfunctioning, the ECM can prevent the vehicle from starting. Also, make sure to look for any torn wires or corrosion on the connectors of these sensors, as this can create a similar result. The next potential cause is a malfunctioning anti-theft system. One common feature is an immobilizer system that requires a specific electronic code from the key or key fob to start the engine. If there's a problem with the mobilizer system, it won't recognize the correct code and won't allow the engine to start. If you see the anti-theft light on while turning the key, this could be the reason why you have a crank no start. The next cause is not very common, but I've seen it happen. It's a clogged exhaust system. To be more specific, a clogged catalytic converter. An extremely clogged catalytic converter can cause a crank no start situation because it restricts the engine's ability to release the exhaust gases. Similar to how we breathe, the engine needs to draw in fresh air and release the exhaust gases. If it can't effectively release the exhaust gases, it won't be able to take in new air for the combustion process. This disrupts the air-fuel mixture and causes a no start. The last potential cause is computer system issues. Even though this is not as common, it's still something to consider. If any of the computers like the ECM or BCM are malfunctioning in your vehicle, they can either send out the wrong information or lose communication completely, leaving you with the crank no start. With all this in mind, make sure to test these components and use the process of elimination to find out what's wrong with your vehicle. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so I can see you in the next one.